Hey everyone, it's DAU, and today we're going to be talking about Hoge Finance. I wanted to talk about this project because I'm becoming a lot more bullish on this project. The more that I look into the tokenomics and the more that I am being part of the community, whether it's through Reddit, Twitter, or Telegram, the more that I see a lot more upside. And we're going to be going over a handful of reasons why. Now, as most of you may know already, this coin is actually a play off of Dogecoin, but don't get it confused because this coin is actually coded a lot different, and we're going to be going over the reasons why I think this could be a great investment. I'm not saying that this is a better investment than Doge, and I'm also not saying that this is a good investment altogether for you personally. But what I am saying is that I think that you guys should really look into the token, and if you believe that it's a good investment like I do, then maybe you should put some money into it. But I am not a financial advisor, so don't listen to me if you don't want to. Obviously, it's your money and you do what you want with it, and there are always risks involved with these type of tokens and in crypto altogether, but you always have to weigh out the risks, and I think that a good way to do that is by reading. Just simply reading and understanding the community and the tokenomics of these tokens and how they actually work. And that's what we're going to be going over today, guys. So this is a deflationary token. It is an auto staking token. For those that don't understand what that means, it basically means as a deflationary token, the amount of current circulating supply will never be more than what it is now. And over time, that supply will be burned off and there will be less supply, which basically means by some simple math calculations that technically it will be harder to get more Hoge. Won't be that much harder, but over time it will be, and the price will go up. And that is how supply and demand really works. Now, what another cool thing about this token is and how they actually coded it, because let's remember, cryptocurrency is a software. That's what it really is. It's a cryptographic software, and we're using it as currency. Now, what auto staking is basically your coin is auto staked at all times as long as you're holding it in your wallet and not using it, right? So as long as you buy Hoge and you hold it in your wallet, whether it's your Uniswap wallet or some other wallet that is available to hold Hoge, it is automatically auto staking and you get more Hoge over time just by holding it. So if you bought 1,000 Hoge, over time it will be giving you more Hoge, whether it's 1,000.2 Hoge, 1,000.3 Hoge. Over time, it slowly gives you more Hoge, and we're going to be talking about these percentages and how those percentages are calculated over time, because it does change the way that this token was actually coded. It does change over time the amount that's being burned. And now there are a few things that I want to go over with the smart burn system, because for people who don't actually look into it and don't understand how the tokenomics of it works, I'm going to try to break it down the easiest I can. I'm not going to just read this to you. I'm going to read some of it, but I'm also going to kind of simplify it for people who don't understand. Now, when this token was made, the original supply, the original amount that was minted was 1,000 billion. 1,000 billion Hoge, okay? Now, the current circulating supply is about 416 billion and decreasing, and we're going to be going over how. So Hoge has a 2% tax on all transactions to prevent price manipulation and encourage holding. Now, basically what this means is whether you buy Hoge or whether you sell Hoge, in each transaction, doesn't matter which one you're doing, 2% of that is being calculated in, and then after that 2% is calculated in, it is then split as a weighted distribution between all of us, the holders, the people who are holding, and the burn addresses. Now, for those who don't understand what a burn address is, basically the people who created this project created these burn addresses and threw away the keys. So what that means is all the amount of tokens that are being burned and sent to these addresses, no one is able to actually get access to these addresses at all. So the tokens are being sent there and they're gone for eternity. They'll never be back in the circulating supply ever. No one has access to the codes, the private keys. They were thrown away. So that it's basically like if you took a piece of paper or a dollar bill and you burned it. You actually took a lighter and burned it. It's gone forever. That's exactly what's happening with the tokens. Now, current token burn, there has already been 58.39% burned already. Now, for every transaction at its current rate of burning, 1.168% is being burned every transaction. Now, currently in the circulation, we have about 41% left. And as you can see, being redistributed to all of us for the auto staking is about 0.832%. Now, this is how it actually works. You guys know the basics of how it works with the smart burn system and the tax, right? But something else that I think a lot of people don't understand. Now, this is where it gets a little more cool to me, at least. Now, the more that's being burned over time, as you can see, if there's 50% of the total supply, which there is already, there's 58. 50% burned, only 1% is being burned every transaction. But the more that has been burned over time, the more that is being burned per transaction. So basically what that means is the more amount that is being burned over time, it's actually getting faster because the amount being burned per transaction becomes more, which means the burn is increasing over time. Now, I know there is actually some tokens out there where the more amount that has been burned over time, it decreases the amount being burned per transaction. But that's not the case with Hoge. The case with Hoge is it actually more is being burned over time. Now, yes, that means less in circulation, which is a good thing for us as holders, but the amount being redistributed will be less. So that's the downside, right? So you'll get less Hoge for the auto staking feature, but more will be burned over time, which is good, and it'll be burned faster over time, which is good, and there'll be less in circulation, which is good, because that inherently makes the price go up because there's less supply and more demand, or at least we hope there's more demand, right? So I hope I explained that really well, but I do want to go over here to the Etherscan addresses and the burn addresses here. You can actually, I'll leave this link below so you'll have direct access to it. But these are the burn addresses. This is the amount of Hoge coins that have already been burned. These are the ones I was talking about that no one has the keys to, the private keys to. They have been thrown away. So as soon as something comes here to these burn addresses, they are gone for eternity, forever. It's just like burning a dollar bill with a lighter or something like that. But you guys can come here and look at this and keep updated with it. I found that this page right here, Hoge.report, on their website that you can find, is really interesting. It auto refreshes every time the white part hits all the way around the circle of the Hoge icon. And you can see right here in real time the amount of burn supply and the amount of circulating supply. And obviously it shows the current price and the market cap. But what I find really cool about this is if you sit here long enough, you'll actually see in real time, it'll say like plus 29,000 or plus a million, depending on how much has actually been burned. But over time, you will see little plus signs come up, and in real time, it will be showing that. And like I said, for every transaction, whether that's a buy or a sell, it doesn't matter which one you're doing. Now, hopefully, most people are holding their Hoge, so they're getting more Hoge, right? Oh, there we go, right there, plus 55,000, as you just saw. And that was actually sent to one of those burn addresses and less circulating supply. So, yeah, I just wanted to go over the basic tokenomics of this token so you understood how it worked. Now, whether you want to invest in it or not, that's up to you. You can invest into this token on Uniswap. You can do it at 1inch, BKEX, Bilaxi, Whitebit. I personally did Uniswap because I use MetaMask, and it's just easier for me. So the prices are high. So if you wanted to find another alternative, you could, but I think it's worth it. I put about $130 in. I also wanted to go over this right here. They do have a chat system and a form that you can go to, nation.hoge. But honestly, if you guys want to really be a part of the community and really talk to other people who are holding Hoge, I would just go to their Telegram, which they have right on their website. It's just easier. It's easier to go to Telegram. You can actually download Telegram on your Mac, or you can download it. You can download it on your phone. So I mean, it's just easier to use that way for me personally, and I think for a lot of other people. And there's a lot more people in Telegram than the actual chat. But I do think that we should try to get this going more. The Hoge Live, the Hoge chat rooms. We try to get more people in there and possibly the forums to try to, just try to get a bigger community and actually get more people onto the website. And maybe that will actually, make the algorithms a little bit better for Hoge and it'll show up on Google more. I don't know, but just something to ponder or think about. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I have for you today. Obviously, I want to start talking about different tokens. And yes, Ecomi, I still have a lot of faith in Ecomi. And I know there's a lot of you who subscribe to hear more Ecomi news, and that's fine. We will be talking about it. But sometimes you just get burned out talking about the same type of stuff all the time, Sometimes you just want to dive into a different project and try to find some profit somewhere else. But I am still holding my OMI. I am still currently up 1,000. We've been going back and forth. We'll see what the Uniswap does tomorrow. We don't know exactly. We don't know exactly if people are going to dump or buy, but I guess we'll find out, right? But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Please sub if you haven't, like the video, and comment below. And this is DAU. Peace.